A2 Evaluation, Jack Highfield and Sian Martin. In what ways is your media product used, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? Question 1.
This establishing shot of the psychologist Dr. Edwards follows conventions of real psychological thrillers. The opening dialogue, "I want to take you back to the night of your father's death," immediately introduces the theme of death, which is a convention of psychological thrillers, as characters either fear or have a fascination with death. The music is menacing and serious, reflecting the serious tone of the opening scene and immediately conveying the genre of the trailer. Under the mise-en-scène, the lighting is rich and warm, challenging the conventions of a psychological thriller, which normally display low-key lighting to create fear. This close-up of Elizabeth grown up is conventional for a psychological thriller. The pace of the editing is rapid, with the shot lasting just over a second, to accentuate the feelings of suspense and tension. The music is tense and there is a cinematic boom in order to build up the fear and tension. There is a white fade on the shot, showing that a flashback is about to take place. Flashbacks are a frequent convention of a psychological thriller, as this distorts time and space and confuses the audience. This will also give insight into why Elizabeth has ended up in the therapy and is psychologically unstable. The reliance on the character's mind to create the story shows that this shot follows the themes of psychological thrillers, and they rely on processes of the mind where characters must overcome the conflict in their own mind. This medium shot of Elizabeth about to walk down the stairs uses forms and conventions of real psychological thrillers. Shadows are closely related with low-level lighting and are used as a convention of a psychological thriller film, as they represent fear and horror within beings and can also add to the tension that is being created. This scene is a flashback, which also is a convention of a psychological thriller, as flashbacks contribute to a sense of time disorientation in a thriller, and this confuses the audience. It also can display what has happened in the past, giving the audience insight into why the character may be confused or psychologically unstable. Black and white colouring is another convention of a thriller because it increases the effectiveness of shadows and can often appear quite scary because you can't see what's hiding in the shadows. Here the editing pace is relatively slow as the shot lasts for 5 seconds, challenging the conventions of a thriller, as rapid editing is frequently used in thrillers to increase the feeling of fear and shock. This close-up of Elizabeth's feet on the stairs uses quick-paced editing and low-key lighting to form conventions of a real psychological thriller. The shot also highlights the importance of the stairs in our trailer. Stairs are often used in psychological thriller as part of the iconography, and here the use of Elizabeth walking down the stairs represents her as a vulnerable character as she is entering into a dangerous zone. We used a medium shot to follow Elizabeth walking along the corridor. Here the lighting is conventional as it is low-key and black and white. There is a light streaming through the door at the end of the hallway onto Elizabeth. The lighting technique has been used in other media products, such as the thriller film Godsend, which shows that the shot uses forms and conventions of real media products. Here the character Elizabeth is represented as innocent, as there is a light shining on her. However, the use of shadows in the shot conveys that there is a dark side to her as well. This over-the-shoulder shot is a key convention of the psychological thriller genre, as it builds up suspense by putting the audience in the character's position. By doing this, they are made to feel the fear and anxiety that the character is meant to be feeling. This is a long shot, lasting for just over 7 seconds, which challenges conventions, but is used in order to prolong the suspense and therefore make the climax more shocking and unpredictable. We used a sound effect called dramatic piano for this shot, which was extremely conventional for the genre, as it was loud, dramatic and put fear in the audience, as it finally broke all the suspense that had been building up. The instrument that created this was a piano, which is often used for sound effects in psychological thriller films, such as The Sixth Sense and Signs. This is a shot of one of the intertitles we created for our trailer. We use intertitles to weave the storyline throughout our trailer and keep the audience's attention. This is a convention of real psychological thriller trailers and can be seen in the teaser trailer for The Machinist. The style of the font is also similar to the style of the font used in The Machinist trailer. It is effective for the thriller genre as it's simple and plain, which makes the audience process the words and the storyline rather than pay attention to the creative font, which may occur in horror films where the storyline is not especially important in comparison to the atmosphere trying to be created. Again, the repetition of the colours black and white adds to the overall simplistic style. We used a zoom effect, which again is conventional for the genre as it adds to the tension and suspense. This extreme close-up of an eye uses forms and conventions of a psychological thriller. Again, there is low-level lighting, and we have used an effect that distorts the eye, creating a spooky effect. The eye is a window into the mind, which therefore reinforces the importance of the mind in our genre. The close-up of the eye can be seen in other psychological thrillers, such as What Lies Beneath. Here we used another medium shot of the character John Parker. His character is represented as a conventional businessman as he is wearing a shirt and is speaking on the phone. As his back is turned away from the opening door, this shot highlights his vulnerability and adds to the tension as the audience can see something the character cannot. The end. Oh my god, that was so